Hey, this is Colin with Kingdom Culture Counseling, and today we are going to be looking at 3 easy coping skills. So the first question is, what is a coping skill? A coping skill is something that you can use when your emotions get really intense. This is a way to calm down. It's a way to keep those emotions from running the show, right? So we need to figure out the warning signs for us. Maybe your heart starts racing, maybe you start shaking, maybe you're just overwhelmed by certain thoughts and you just need your mind to get a break. There are a ton of really good coping skills. I love to go for a run, I love to go for a walk and just talk to myself, let things out a little bit. Sometimes I get out the guitar and I play some music. Sometimes I listen to music. There's a ton of things you can do. But I want to give you 3 coping skills that you can use anywhere you go. The other point I want to make is this is not going to fix your problems. This is a temporary band-aid to help you calm down so that you can actually deal with the things you need to deal with. So let me give you the first coping skill. That's going to be the 4-7-8 breathing. And I'm teaching this to people all the time. This is something that I use personally. So what we're going to do is we're going to breathe in our nose for 4 seconds. We're going to hold it in our lungs for 7 seconds, and then we're going to breathe out our mouth for 8 seconds. Now, when we breathe out our mouth, we want to close our eyes and just relax. So let's try this real quick. I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, so if you did that with me, my hope is you're feeling relaxed. Maybe your brain feels a little more clear. It just calms your body so that you can move on, process things. The next coping skill I want to teach you guys is called grounding. Some people call this the 5 senses. The idea of this is that we get ourselves into trouble when our mind is so focused on the future or the past or something else. You may be stressed about an interview you have tomorrow, or you may be sad about something that happened yesterday, worried about how people are going to react. But if we can focus on right here, right now, a lot of that will go away. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to identify 5 things that I can see in this room. Window, fan, toy car, printer, a shelf. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to identify 4 things that I can feel. And I want to actually feel these things. The table, the shelf, book, or I may touch my hair. I want to get some different textures in there. The third thing I'm going to do is I'm going to identify 3 things that I can hear. So I'm going to stop and listen. The rain, the fan, and I can hear my voice. So then I'm going to identify 2 things that I can smell. This is something that might be a little more difficult depending on your situation. And then I'm going to move on to 1 thing that I can taste. Now you may have something with you like a stick of gum. Maybe you just ate lunch. You could still taste some of that. You just want to identify something that you can recognize the taste of right now. And the idea is by the time you go through all of those, you've moved away from what was distracting you before. The third coping skill is something that my wife loves. So I showed her this recently and she has been using this and loves it. This is called progressive muscle relaxation. So this is something you're going to want to lay down for. You're going to want to flex your toes, hold that for a few seconds, and then you're going to want to let go. You're just going to pay attention to that. See what it feels like. Notice how your foot is relaxed and calm, and then you're going to move to maybe your foot and your calf. You're going to flex that. You're going to hold it for 5-10 seconds, and then you're going to let go, and you're going to feel the relaxation there. You're going to let it sink into the bed or the floor, wherever you're at. You're just going to work your way up your body until you get to your face. You're going to do your mouth. You're going to do your eyes. You're going to squeeze and hold it. And then you're going to let go and just feel the release of tension there. Thanks for watching this video about 3 easy coping skills. I hope you'll come back next week. Subscribe, click the like button, send a comment. Let me know your feedback, what was helpful, which one was your favorite. Maybe even put a comment about some of the coping skills you like to use. This is Colin with Kingdom Culture Counseling. I'll see you next week.